This is a 2020 Kia Telluride. I'm Josh Smith with GottaBeMobile.com. I want to let you know everything you need to know about the back seat and the cargo room in this SUV. This is currently set up for 7 passengers, so we have captain's chairs in the center here. These captain's chairs can move independently from each other, and they also recline. So there's a lot of customization that you can do as the passenger in this seat. You can also get this with a bench seat, so you could seat 8 passengers in this vehicle. Now when I'm back here, I have plenty of leg room. I currently have this set all the way back, and I have about 7 or 8 inches of room between my knees and the seat in front of me. This seat is in my driving position, and I'm about 6 foot tall. If I move this all the way up to the furthest locked in position, I still have about a ½ an inch of leg room, and I'm giving the person behind me a ton of leg room. In all likelihood, you're going to be in a position about like this if you're an adult or an older teenager and you want room for the people in the seat behind you. Now there are some nifty features. I have the ability to put a window shade up on both of these main windows. And then as far as climate control goes back here, I can access this and control this with the push of a button right here in the back. The driver can also configure this as well. There are air vents up on the ceiling, and you can either have a steady stream of air or you can shut the center part and then air will trickle out so that you still get some cooling and you still get some circulation back here. In this model, we also have ventilated and heated seats in the second row. So each of these captain's chairs is pretty close to what you have up front. They're very comfortable, and now that I've turned the ventilated seat on, I'm already cooling down a little bit because I have the main ventilation turned off while I'm filming this video. When it comes to charging in the second row, you have a lot of options. There's standard USB ports built in right here to each of these chairs, and then we also have a 12 volt and a 115 volt. The 12 volt is a standard car charger, you plug that in, and then the 115 is a normal charger that you would use for something in your home. In the second row, there's some options for storage right in front of you. We have a little hanger that helps you route the cord that you'll plug into the seat, and then you could also use that to hang a pair of headphones for a little bit. And then there's a map pocket as well as a dedicated cell phone pocket, and there's plenty of room back here. Another cool feature that we get in the Telluride is we have a moonroof here, so this really opens it up, especially with this black and brown interior. This really helps it feel a little bit more spacious, and there's a lot of room to get in and to move around the vehicle. Getting in and out is pretty easy. I have plenty of room to get into this seat. There's a nice handle off here to the left, so I can get in, and it's very easy, very comfortable, even with the seat about halfway up. Another thing that's nice, there's a little bit of a step down as you get in, so there's a lot of extra room in here, and it works out really nice. Now in terms of getting into the third row, I can push a button that's up here at the top or down here, and it's going to lean this seat forward, and it will also push forward. So I have a decent amount of room to get in. I have a handhold for my right hand, and there's a nice step guard so I can get in, and it's pretty easy to get all the way into the back. So you'll see there, it's pretty easy to get in and out. There's a decent amount of room right here with the handhold there and the handhold that's built into this part of the car right here. I have good options for stability as I want to get in and out, and then I can pull this seat back. And then when I'm ready to get out, I can push the button up here so that you never feel trapped when you're in this third row. Now as I step out, I grab this handle, and then I'm gonna have to put some weight on the door, and it does become a little bit awkward for a full-size adult to get out and to put their feet through this little area right there. It's a lot easier to get in if you're an adult than it is to get out. Now, as far as room in the back row, if the seat is all the way back like this, you'll notice that it's a pretty tight fit for an adult back here. However, if this seat is moved up and the person in this seat gives up a little bit of room, you can easily get 2 or 3 inches of leg room and be comfortable back here for a short ride. I wouldn't want to fit 3 adults back here, but 2 adults would do in a pinch. Now in terms of comfort and charging, we have air vents right above us, we have some lighting, and then there's also, in terms of comfort, in addition to space, we have air vents above us that can keep us cool. It feels pretty open thanks to that moonroof, and then we each have charging ports back here. There's also little cubbies, and there are drink holders for this row as well. Here I'll show you how easy it is to quickly go from passengers to cargo mode. I can pull these straps and fold each of these down. And then for my second row, I just push the buttons right over here. And and that folds all of this down. I had some long pieces of plywood put in here over the weekend. They weren't full width, but they were nice long pieces that I had to move around. And there's quite a bit of cargo room. It's very flat. And then there's actually a little extra cargo room back here that you'll find handy when you're getting groceries, or if you need to store stuff that you don't want rolling around while you're driving. If I lift this up, there's a little handle, and I can pull this up and slot it in. And then I have extra storage space down here. There's the jack stand and stuff over here, but everything else down in here I'm able to use to keep my groceries from sliding around. And you can open this up with the third row in use, or what I would do if I owned this is throw all the things I always keep in the car down here, jumper cables, first aid kit, stuff like that. Keep that all in here, and then go ahead and put this down. And then with the third row in place, we still have quite a bit of room back here, and you could even get a little bit more if you don't want them to be able to recline quite as much. So there's a lot of cargo opportunities built in here. And then we also have some tie downs, some hooks, so you're going to be able to secure your cargo a little bit in the third row. Thanks for joining me to take a look at the Kia Telluride. You can find out more. There'll be links down in the description below that'll help you figure out if this is the vehicle for you. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. That helps us out. Leave us a comment and let us know any questions you have about the Telluride, and subscribe for more from GottaBeMobile.com. Thanks for watching.